Okay, let's go again on the game today. I've got two 30-minute games, I believe, later. For the club, it's a certain cup, it's 30-minute chess. That's a bit of a change from. So WIM. Let's see what I can do here. Play classically or something. Tarrasch. Oh dear. Why does this worry me already? Okay, play knight takes. Maybe provoking E5. So I'm getting pushed back. If I play E4 next, if bishop E6, then if takes, I can get the other knights at E3. I'll play that anyway. So that's a nice knight on D5. I think. It looks sort of nice. So I play bishop D3 and open up this diagonal. If she takes, the knight B4 is out of the question at the moment, so that's good. Right. Now, do I want just routine development of castles or something more aggressive? I've got this nice knight. I could try and justify it. Something like G3 and H4 or H4. Knight H4. What happens after that? Queen H5. Lose the G pawn. Yeah, H4. That's good. That's good. So knight H4, Queen H5. If the knight moves back, there's the H file. I can maybe bishop D2, castle queenside. If the knight takes on G2, then King F1. Okay, so that's cool. Bit of a weakness on G5. You know, maybe something like bishop G5 here. Bishop E7 though. Or maybe just G3 now, because H5 is the target. Although F3 could happen. Okay, what do I want to do here? Bishop D2, Queen E2, castles queenside. Keeping an eye on H5. Keep that lovely knight on D5. So, I think this might be a fun game. I'm hoping for a fun attack here. Okay, so bishop D2, Queen E2. If bishop G4, F3. Right, so F3. I know I've weakened G3. I know I've weakened squares. But now, so I'm controlling a bit more. Preparing to castle queenside, controlling B4 a bit more. So Queen E2 and castles queenside next. Mind you, I've blocked the diagonal. That move's useful for if black wants to castle. But then, you know, maybe F4 later and I'll attack that pawn. I guess she's delaying castling here. She doesn't want to. She wants to wait. Where will I put my king? On the other hand, can I delay as well? I can't really delay with F4. I can take and then H4. So if I castle B5, I suppose, straight off the bat. But maybe I can just take it. Okay. So this is going to be a fighting game. I hope. I hope I'm going to have some chances here. Mind you, F4 I'll be asking for a skewer, bishop G4, skewering my queen and rook. Okay, with A3 here. I don't really want to allow knight B4 without a fight. Mind you, I don't know, knight A5 to B3 is probably going to happen. Now weakening this B3. Mind you, then, I don't know, the other knight to B4, supporting this knight. Knight B3, or bishop B4, trying to weaken the dark squares a bit. I don't know, what's best? Bishop B4, knight B4. Okay, I could try bishop B4. Why do I want to weaken the dark squares anyway? If F4, bishop G4 is always a pain, knight B4, what about just knight B4? I could just try knight B4. If knight B3, maybe bishop E1. I know this is looking a bit unusual. Bishop E1 though allows rook C1 if I want to protect C4 a bit more. Getting a bit of a clock advantage here. Okay, so bishop E1. Okay. That could be useful for H4 support. I really want to, maybe I want to try and get in F4, but bishop G4 is the problem there at the moment. C4 is also a potential issue, but I like my knights protecting each other. There was this game of Botvinnik actually I saw recently where he had knights protecting each other. He played like knight a3 to c2, and it was quite interesting. Just Botvinnik from Hastings, some of the sort of ideas and patterns. Okay. Is Black ever going to castle? No. She's waiting for f4. Okay. I need some waiting moves. Maybe bishop f2 or bishop c2. Probably not bishop c2, no. If I get my queen out of the way to sort of threaten f4 and f5. I need to get the rook out of the way though. So bishop g4 is going to happen. f5, bishop takes, fg. Or if the knight moves, then the bishop's still attacking the rook, still almost winning the exchange. How about g4? Or preparing g4. Aha. A plan. I don't think she wants to take on d5. That would open up my position a bit. So if I can play g4, I can try and get some activity going on the king side. h4 is not going to drop in a hurry because I've got bishop and queen on it. There'll be queen and rook on this h4 when I play for g4. Takes, f4 will be weak. There'll be knight g6. Okay, we've got a result here for opening up this diagonal. Should I play e takes or c takes? Is there any advantage of, or even knight takes? I like the knight on b4, it's very interesting. So I think e takes. As previously sort of mentioned, I think this diagonal could be good. Even though I'm blocking my potentially useful square. This might be the wrong decision, I guess. But f4, I don't know, bishop g4, fe, starting to look interesting with the king still in the centre. So do I switch to f4 or g4? I think I'll just move quickly and hope for the best. So f4. So only a minute left for my opponent. So I want to make sure my king doesn't get massacred here. That's the key thing. I suppose losing the light square bishop, I'm going to be weaker on the light squares. I could consider a rook d2 just sacking the exchange. If bishop g4, but I think, what is the problem with bishop e2? Maybe check, king moves, I'm going to start getting in trouble. It wouldn't be d3 in a hurry because of the rook on d1. She's down to 30 seconds, and I don't believe this time consumption. Okay, so I can close up with f5 if needed to stop bishop g4 here. Maybe that's the practical thing to do here. The opponent a bit short of time to keep things a bit blocked. So I'll just try and get control of e4. So maybe rook f1, just try and consolidate. Okay, blasting open the position. Okay, c4 is dropping, my king's getting weaker. Oh dear, is there going to be rook c1s now? Horrible rook c1, if I'm not careful. Right, anything tactical going on here? Bishop d2. I think bishop d2 might be a good idea to threaten maybe bishop g5. Trying to win the queen. She's only got like 12 seconds to mate me now. So, okay, it's check. I have to do something about that. 10 seconds. Can I just win a piece here? Bishop b5 and queen e2. Isn't that just winning a piece? I'm hoping. It looks fairly clear cut, this check with the king in the centre. If I take it, I think I'll take it. Yep. Okay, so it's check. I can put the queen in front. And that was it. Okay, let's have a quick look at that. So, provocation here, allowing e5, but I did get this d5 square here. So maybe this is not all bad. Bishop e6 can be answered with e4 quite strongly. So if takes, knight d takes, supporting d5. So that knight is good. So h4 is a bit, I know it's a bit of an unusual move, but I sort of liked the look of it, because at least, you know, if I can get h-file pressure later, castle queen side, that would be dangerous, and I've got this big knight on d5 supporting the attack. Okay, so here, yeah, some major decision here. Do I want to allow knight b4s? I don't really want to let this A file open up, but on the other hand, b3 became weaker. But on the other hand, b4 became weaker, with black sealing that b3 square. And now this was an interesting interlude here. So so f5, bit of a practical decision to keep it complex for position. And this wasn't a pawn sack, it was just, I think I've been loosened here a bit, but this has got some dangerous threats, and my opponent's just too short of time, just blundered tactically. Comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks very much.